Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today, we are taking a look at the Remad Custom 112 Spider Wrestler, aka the Tobey Maguire in the very first suit that he made in that wrestling scene in that Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. I'm 90% sure this is the only action figure depicting that particular version, because technically in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man universe, this is the very first Spider-Man costume. But anyways, moving on. Actually having this figure kind of makes me wish I had a Macho Man Randy Savage action figure. Rest in peace, Randy Savage. But let's dive right into it, because I'm going to tell you there is quite a bit of shit to talk about with this action figure. But here is the package, and honestly, it's not that bad. A little bit cheap feeling as far as material, but this is a really nice image and print right here on the front that says Spider Wrestler, obviously, and a nice image right there. On the side, it just says Spider Wrestler with a little bit of webbing, and on the back, it says a big bunch of crap if you want to pause the video and read it. Unfortunately, there is no window, so I don't know what's going on inside.
What's in the fucking box?
So I can't necessarily call it awesome packaging, but it's decent enough. Let's see how tall the figure is, because we, did a video recently on another Sam Raimi fully, articulated and clothed figure. So I'm going to see if they're the same size. To the top of his head, he is 6 1/4 inches, and I think that's about the same. And he is 16 centimeters. At 112, that feels like it might make Peter Parker a little tall. Somebody tell me down in the comments what the conversion would be. Here he is, speaking of that other Sam Raimi figure, the God, I don't even know who made this. Sawtooth, I think. Venom right here, and they're the exact same height and stuff. I figured Venom would be a little bit bigger than him, but they both look decent. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man, and they're about the same height and size as well, so I guess that jives or whatever. And just because I love it, here he is with the Storm Arena Ken, and he is a little bit taller than Ken, and maybe he's supposed to be, but I think that looks cool nonetheless. But stick around, we got to dig into this guy, because there is quite a bit to talk about. So now for his aesthetic, he's got a weird look. He is, covered with soft goods, the shirt and the pants. This head right here, this is, sculpted plastic. We'll talk about it here in a second. But the soft goods, this is a prime example of why I'm not that big of a fan of soft goods, and here's why. The figure itself, the actual body, the hard plastic body of the figure, is quite skinny. And I don't have a problem with that, especially a skinny Spider-Man. I don't have an issue with that. What I have an issue with is where he's so skinny, putting soft goods on him, where they had to, stitch the waistline here. Let's see how thick that is sticking off of his abdomen. Clothing, that fits, that quasi fits a human, doesn't really do that. So when the shirt is down, it gives the figure a very off-center and just kind of a janky look to him, if you can see that. And I don't really like it. See how it makes the hips look super duper wide, because it's coming out over the lip of the sewn pants. That doesn't look good. The shoulders are done really janky on the sweatshirt top, and that's making his shoulders look weird. I have felt this figure all over, literally like I'm patting him down like I'm some sort of cop or something. But there's nothing structurally wrong with the figure underneath. It's just the soft goods clothes makes him look really kind of stupid. I'm not a big fan of the way that he looks, and it's really just around this waistband here, because the pants of the legs look pretty good. Like the sleeves of the shirt and the body of the shirt looks pretty good. It's the shoulders here where they've sewn, and right here around the waist, and it just throws the look of the figure off. It doesn't really look very good, just kind of standing in a neutral pose, and I don't really like that. And if you're somebody that gets this and you're going to pose him up and put him in something kind of dynamic, which you should be able to do, but we'll cover that more here in a minute. It shouldn't look too bad, but it just right here, I don't really like the look of that. It just looks kind of cheap and undone. Now let's start with this head. He comes with two different ones. We'll look at more here in a minute. This is a head where he's got that little toboggan or ski mask or whatever on, and it doesn't look too bad. I like the paint around the eyes and stuff. It looks good. I could actually buy that is Tobey Maguire underneath there. The print on the sweatshirt looks good on the front and on the back, so I have no problem there. Here are two of the hands that he comes with. They're like the gloves or whatever that he wore to the arena that night, and they're done pretty well. They've got like some wash or something in them to make them look old and dirty, so I actually like that little attention to detail. So that these look pretty good. All the hands have that kind of look, so they all look pretty good. His little shoes, The sneakers actually look kind of cool. They look like some throwback Nike shoes or whatever. He doesn't have a toe hinge, but we'll cover that more here in a little bit. They did the tread on the bottom very, very well. I like that. Somebody tell me down in the comments if those match any kind of Nikes that were out at the time. So overall, like, that type of stuff looks good, but the soft goods really, to me, in hand, are throwing the figure off a little bit. Just clothing doesn't really look like that, so that's kind of messing me up. And I feel like his head, both heads, I should say, plural, are going to be a little too big for the body. These are some narrow shoulders. He doesn't have a big broad set of shoulders, and he's very thin front to back, and this head is quite fucking prominent. So the aesthetic isn't quite there for me. Now, for accessories, he comes with a decent spread of stuff, to be quite honest with you, but he's still a little bit too expensive. But he comes with two different head sculpts. He comes with this head sculpt right here on him in the package, where he kind of looks like a red ninja, but it's the one with the ski mask, and the eyes are painted on there pretty nicely. The head has a little bit of an odd shape, but it's not too bad. In the back there with the wrinkles kind of makes it look like he's some sort of dominatrix fetish gimp or something, I don't know. But he's also got the Tobey Maguire head sculpt that I think is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. They nailed this. This looks so good. The sculpt of the hair and everything looks great. The face is fantastic. My only problem is it's like the paint gives it like a hint of beard stubble or something. I didn't know he was running around in that movie with like 5 o'clock shadow. But beyond that, I mean, the accuracy is very, very nice. He also gets 8 different hands. He comes with 2 little fist hands, but you've already looked at those on him in the package. He comes with 6 little open hands. He comes with these like kind of wall crawly hands right here, and the glove looks really darn good. I can't lie and say it doesn't. He gets these 2 little grippy hands right here that, again, look really, really nice. They're painted and sculpted beautifully. And he gets 2 whippy hands for the the little webbing or whatever. And you see that little thing right here? That is for this right here. It's kind of like his little semen-shaped web rope that shoots out, and it's supposed to stick down into that piece right there. So that's not too bad, I suppose. He also comes with 2 replacement forearm pieces. Why? Couldn't freaking tell you. And to go along with the Tobey Maguire head, he gets an exchangeable neck piece right here for that. I'm not going to switch it out because I don't really do that, but that's a thing. And he also comes with a cloth goods ski mask. Why give us this when we have a head with a sculpted ski mask on it? I'm not really sure what the point of this was, unless you just wanted it to all be, soft goods to go with the shirt or whatever. But why not just do that and give us a different expression face? Anyways, overall, the accessories are, oh, no, I almost forgot. He comes with a stand right here, some assembly required, and when I say some, I mean every friggin' piece of it has to be put together, but that's still pretty cool to get a stand with it. Now, for his articulation, he moves and doesn't all at the same time, but let's just get into it. The head and the neck are one piece on here, and there is a ball peg, technically a double ball peg, that this neck piece right here goes down on into, so it does move pretty well. Problem is, if you move it too hastily, this head will come off, and that kind of sucks. I don't really like that, so it's not done very well. But you see, I mean, I'm just wiggling a little bit and it will pop off. So it will move, but the problem is when you move it, it will come off. So that kind of screws you just a little bit. You might want to try the neck piece and other head that I've shown you, but this is how it comes in the package, so this is what I'm reviewing. Shoulders will come out to 90, nothing special. You could do a full 360 if he didn't have soft goods over top of him. That wouldn't be a problem. Now, I can feel a small butterfly piece in there, but it does not help to bring the arms across the body. The arms don't come across the body whatsoever, so they're really kind of useless. You can move the shoulders up and down and front to back, but nothing of any consequence. He does have a bicep swivel under there that works just fine. Double jointed elbow with tons of range, so I have no problems whatsoever there. The wrists are kind of a ball hinge type of deal that you're going to get some movement out of, just because the cuff of the hand that pops down on there will limit it, a little bit, but you do get a little bit of movement. Of course, you get your twist. Now, he has got a very nice double ball peg in the abdomen break of this figure here, so he will crunch very nicely just on it, and he'll lean back as well, so that's very nice, and you get twist just out of it. You see how I'm holding the abdomen part still, and you can still move the upper torso. That's very good. There's a ball peg down here in the waist that adds to it even more. So as far as abdominal articulation, it's very, very nice. I have zero problem. Now, the hips come out to the sides with zero problem, but I want to show you what my issue with it is. You see that? That leg will come back to center. Even if I'm holding it like this, there's some kind of spring or something that is bringing the leg back in there. That is no good.
Fuck.
And front kicks. He does not front kick very well, and I'll show you why. Really quick, if I can get his pants down inside of 10 minutes. This is going to look weird, so all you gooners out there, you are in for a treat. But I have to pull down his pants to show you. That is the weird hip configuration that they have in there. And you see that right there? That is allowing the hips to come out to the side very, very well. But this right here does not have very good range at all. So this hip system sucks. And they put a little bit of booty on him.
Why are you gay?
So there you are. You're welcome with that. But I don't like this hip system at all because you can't kick the legs forward or back. Let me get these drawers back up here to some sort of respectable level. If I can. Everybody hold on. All right, they're back on him. Now, he does have a thigh swivel that works just fine. Double jointed knee, tons of range there. The proportions are really good, so I dig that. He has an ankle swivel down here, as you can see, but he's got no, if I can take the foot off. See, it's just a ball peg. There is no ball hinge or anything down here. So swivel is all the articulation you're going to get out of that foot. No rocker, no going back or forward, nothing like that. There's no peg hole in the bottom of the foot. And like I said earlier, there is no toe hinge. So the legs, at first they seem like they'd be really good, but overall the articulation is not all that great on this figure. All right, final thoughts on the Remad Custom Spider Webber Wrestler guy right here. To be honest with you, I'm not very impressed with this figure. I liked that Sawtooth Venom figure a lot better. This one's got quite a few things going on with it that just don't work for me and don't really work for a Spider-Man figure, for that matter. I am going to give this figure a C-. I do not recommend it. He's kind of expensive. He was like 60 or 70 bucks, which is not cheap. His accessories are okay, but they're really not that awesome. And he just doesn't look that good. So this one's kind of a fail in my opinion. C- is what I'm giving him. I don't recommend him. I know if you're still, after everything I just said, you still want him. I'm pretty sure as of filming this, he is in stock on Big Bad Toy Store. Knock yourself out, but I don't recommend it. Anyways, that's all I've got for him. Like, subscribe, comment, share, give us a like, all that good shit. This has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.